From the Las Vegas Strip studio in gorgeous Las Vegas, Nevada, it's fall. And I'm Brad Stein. You're watching Bettor Center live on LouisDiamond.com. Also YouTube at Louis Diamond, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time during the week. On the weekend, 7 a.m. because Louis Diamond likes to wake up early. I don't. Today we have 4 pro handicappers from the East Coast, the West Coast, all over the United States, not only to make us a little money and give us great information and picks, but to teach us about the art of gambling, because your style might be a little bit different from mine, which is different from all of theirs. Today, coming up on the show, we have the National Football League, some NBA, and of course, Major League Baseball playoffs, and the most interesting play of the day. We have a red-hot Ross Benjamin on fire, 3-1 in the NFL, 3-1 in college football. Let's introduce these guys, and we're going to talk to Ross Benjamin, all the guys. Welcome in, Louis Diamond, Tony Gulledge, Chip Chirimbus, and the red-hot Ross Benjamin. Guys, welcome to Bettor Center Live.
Hey, good morning, Brad.
Morning, Brad.
Yeah, Ross. Yeah, it's a real good morning for you. Explain, what the heck is going on? 3-0 in the NFL, and you lost one game? 3-1 in college football? You lost one game?
Hey, when things are going good, man, it feels awfully well. And I know the other guys have been through this before, many times, that when you're rolling, things just bounce your way. And when you're not, bad breaks go against you. But 3-0 in the NFL yesterday, top play on the Buffalo Bills. I know that's going to sound like a homer play, but you know what, Brad? This is the first time I used them all year, and I picked the right spot to do so. I also had the Indians-Chicago game under 43.5, easy winner, as well as the Cleveland Browns plus the points, another easy winner, even though they made their fans get a little excited at the end of the game. 3-1 in college football, only loser on Texas Tech. Thursday night, I had a winner on Denver. Brad, 7-1 with my last 8 college football NFL combined. 23-7 with my last 30 NFL college football combined. You get all my picks right now at rbwins.com. Thank you, Brad.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say rbwins.com, but you beat me to the punch. We're going to move ahead to louisdiamond.com. Louis Diamond, what did you learn this beautiful football weekend and baseball and basketball last night?
Well, I learned that, I guess basketball last night that, I don't know. I think LeBron is maybe trying to do something to boost the ratings, because the NBA playoff ratings are the worst in their history. And him going off the court pouting like a little baby, I don't know if that's just his drama for his little New World Order Masters to boost up the ratings or not, but it's kind of a ridiculous display of sportsmanship is what I learned about that. He may have done a lot of good for a lot of people, but that was a ridiculous display last night. Shouldn't have happened. But let's get into, I guess, a little bit of the NFL. What I learned yesterday was John Harbaugh kind of screwed me and a lot of players from cashing a pretty big ticket yesterday. We had Baltimore first quarter, first half. I hyped a big game yesterday. It was Baltimore, guys. The 14, a lot of you are on the 14. There's nothing we can do about that unless you bought it to the 13.5. I certainly didn't recommend it. But Harbaugh throwing in Robert Griffin III to just absolutely throw a bomb from his own end zone to pretty much blow the cover was kind of ridiculous. So I learned that John Harbaugh can be a dick sometimes.
Is that all you learned? I'll tell you what I learned. Barring a catastrophic injury, the Buffalo Bills 4-0 are for real. And they have been for real.
Is it?
Tony Gulledge, what
is that the Raiders aren't for real? It's not that the Raiders aren't for real?
No. Okay, cool down over here. It's 4 games in the season. That's 1 quarter of the way done. They're still 2-2.
No,
they're right there. I never said Super Bowl. I said they're going to compete for the playoffs, and they still are. All right? They were in most of the game. Hey,
they still have, they still have to knock off one Patrick Mahomes to hit to the Super Bowl. So that's quite the tall order, but they are rolling right now and certainly making it look like they're number 2 in the AFC. There's no doubt about that right now.
All right, Gulledge, Tony, what did you learn?
Man, don't take any shit from him about Buffalo. They're in good position to win it NFC East right now. So I don't know about the Super Bowl. They're playing what I learned, I had a great day yesterday on the show. I think I just spit out everything I gave out on the show yesterday. I believe was a winner. In fact, I know it was. Top 3 picks for me yesterday were the Bengals, the Saints, and the Colts. All got the job done. All got the easy win. Just wanted to quickly touch on, I had a struggle in NFL last week. I think maybe a couple of us did. But what I always try to explain to people is losing is part of the process of sports gambling. You're always going to have to deal with losses in this. Excuse me, I'm just hearing background noises throwing me off. You're always going to have issues. Doing it to me again the other day. It was a conversation about some, whatever. Now it's background noises. Okay. Can I start over real quick? All right. NFL. When, I had a couple problems last week. All right. Lost a few games. But what I always try to explain to my clients and people that gamble on sports in general is losing is part of the process. And part of that process is getting information from those losses that will in turn lead you to wins down the road. So it's an education. You have to take something from every loss. For me personally, I've taken the information from the losses and turned it into a 7-0-1 day in the NFL yesterday. Top 3 picks hit. The only blemish on the record was a push with the Ravens. Just a long list. Every other thing I bet on yesterday won, including the NBA play on the Heat. Talking about the NBA, I believe the only pick I've lost in the last 2 weeks was game 2, where I had the Heat with a bad number at 9.5 and lost by half a point. Beyond that, it's been a couple weeks since I've lost an NBA bet, so I'm really hot in the NBA. That yesterday just propelled me. I'm hoping to use yesterday as a catalyst to have a big run here. So let's see how it works out. Thanks, Brad.
No. Thank you. And sorry about the curveballs that were thrown at you. But you still hit the ball. I wouldn't say out of the park, but you got a base hit, ground ball with eyes. That brings us to the eye. That brings us to the eye candy.
Not a home run.
No, not a homer. A little base hit. All right, it was well hit. Chip Chirimbus, the eye candy of the show. What did you learn?
I learned that no matter how many points the Cleveland Browns score, and now how impressive they look in a victory, that Baker Mayfield will never take them to the promised land. A QB rating of 60.4 when the team scores 49 points or whatever they did yesterday, 31 points off of direct Dallas turnovers. And this Mayfield was, they score all those points. He looks great, but I just don't buy it. I saw a few things out there. He had an opportunity to run to pick up some yards, and he just ran away from the opposition. I just think Cleveland isn't going to go anywhere despite that big win for us yesterday. And by the way, on Saturday, another 4-in-1 day highlighted by a game of the year in the SEC. That was Georgia over Auburn. So watch out for that value, fellas. And yesterday, 4-2 highlighted by the Browns and the Eagles. So there you go. That's what I've learned. Don't play Baker Mayfield if you want to make money in the long run.
That's a really interesting nugget you threw out there about a 60 quarterback rating for Baker Mayfield. In spite of all of that, he's 3-1, and this is the best football he's played in his 3-year career. Why? Because he's just handing the ball off and then a little play action here and there. He's not turning the ball over the last couple games, and that's a good Baker Mayfield. So take it as you see it.
Brad, if I can interject, what was even more impressive for Cleveland yesterday is they lost Nick Chubb. He only had 4 carries. They lost him in the first quarter, and they still ran the ball for over 200 yards. That's a hell of a running game they got. But, man, oh, man, I agree with Chipper. If they get behind in games, I have no confidence in Baker Mayfield when bringing them back. When they can control the tempo.
I've been saying that about Mayfield since we started this show, man. I've never trusted that guy. To start trusting him now.
And the defense is going to have to play a lot better than that, guys. We're going to have to play a lot better than that. Woo, it's going to be fun. It's going to get exciting.
The guy is a bomb, dude. The guy is a straight bomb, man, period. I don't know why anybody would think that he's going to be a long-term success in the NFL. The dude is a stiff, man.
Well, Cleveland obviously did. They took him number 1 overall. Not that your boy Sam Darnold was a much better choice, but Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, guys, let's move to game number one.
Let me just say this, Brad, right now, okay? Now, everybody's going to tell me I'm crazy. I don't care. I take Josh Allen over any of those 5 quarterbacks in that draft right now. What Lamar Jackson's doing is unsustainable. He's going to get crushed one of these times running that RPO. And secondly, this guy, he's proven on the few times that Baltimore's fell behind in games, namely the 2 playoff games and the games against Kansas City, when he has to be one-dimensional and carry the team with his arm, he can't do it. So I know it sounds like a little bit of a homer call, but I think I'm pretty objective when I make this opinion.
Hey,
I want to touch on that one for a second.
All right, we're going to go to you, Louis.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Did the Panthers win yesterday? What about those Panthers?
Yeah, and they look good. That's 2 in a row, Tony. Congratulations. Panthers are playing
Teddy
some good ball.
Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater.
Hold on, I want to
Bridge over troubled water. Go, Louis.
on that Josh Allen comment.
Yeah, please do, Lou.
One thing about Josh Allen is the same thing that you're worried about with Lamar. Josh Allen likes to run the ball a little bit too much. He likes to try to make it happen too much. He's got that potential to get himself hurt as well, and that's the only downfall. I mean, his accuracy, he don't have the touch, so to speak, that Mahomes has, but he does have a better touch than Lamar. Lamar is a far better runner athlete and probably could take the hit a lot more, but Josh Allen, he thinks he's Lamar Jackson, and he tries to make it happen a little bit too much, and that might bite him in the long run as well, an injury. But he's doing great. I mean, I don't want to dog him at all. I mean, he's really leading this team right now. But that's the one thing I've seen about Josh Allen. He sometimes tries a little too hard.
The difference, Louis, I would say, if I could add this, is a lot of Lamar Jackson's runs are designed runs. There's a big difference.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I agree with that.
And Josh Allen physically is a bigger quarterback. If you look at the measurables, okay? So I know what you're saying, because yesterday he tried to make a play throwing with his left hand. He got slammed to the ground, hurt his shoulder. Look, every quarterback in the league could be prone to that, okay? Sure. And
he did that in the Houston playoff game though last year too, when he tried to make things happen. And many times he has that. He has a history of doing that, and good for him to a sense, because he's a true athlete and just trying to make it happen.
Yeah. I would not want to take his identity away. He's a playmaker. He is athletic for his size. No, he's not the athlete that Lamar Jackson is. But if you watch them this year, his touch, as you just touched upon, with no pun intended, is a lot better. He's completing 70% of his passes, 12 touchdowns against 1 interception. That 1 interception was controversial. And, 3 rushing touchdowns. I'll take him any day.
Yeah, and not only that, his long ball has gotten a lot better since he started. His long ball, his accuracy has improved since he's gotten into the league. So we got to give him that as well. So, but
and that's a perfect segue, Louis Diamond, to game number 1, the Patriots at the Chiefs. Hold up on that. Patriots at the Chiefs. This game opened up Chiefs -12, currently -10.5 with a 50.5 over under. What it opened, now around 49. We're going to start with Tony G, who's been very quiet. Here you go. First Monday Night Football game. Go for it.
All right, Kansas City Chiefs, New England Patriots. I'm not going to take up a ton of time here. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think the Patriots without Cam Newton, no matter who they start, Hoyer or Stidham, I think the reason the Patriots offense has been good, that strong running game, is because of the threat of Newton. You don't know what he's doing, that run pass kind of option, stall for a second and then read the defensive end. Neither one of these quarterbacks is going to be able to do it. I just don't think they've had time to transition. The one thing I'll say for New England's benefit is Belichick as a defensive coach has always been great at taking away the number one option of the opposing team. I just think in this situation, Kansas City is going to have too many options. I see Kansas City putting up their 30 points, and I'm just not sure what New England is going to be able to do offensively here in this spot on short notice without Cam Newton. I think the full advantage here is the Kansas City, and I'm just going to lay the points and take them tonight.
All right, Ross, without Cam, can the Kansas City cover, or will they cover, in your opinion?
Without Cam, can Kansas City cover? This is a tough one. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. If New England can stay close or hold the lead early on, they could go with the running game, which has been very successful, even minus Cam Newton. And Kansas City's given up 150 yards a game on the ground. So if you could expose them, that would be the way to do so. The problem is if Kansas City gets up and with Hoyer at quarterback, who's more of a game manager, it could snowball real quick on them. So I look for Belichick to run the ball tonight. That's the only way he's going to be able to be competitive in this game. And Tony makes a good point. He's been a master over the years of taking the other team's best weapon away, but who's the best weapon you could take away? You know, I don't know. You can't take away Mahomes. He's a quarterback. What do you do? Do you take away their wide receiver crew? Do you try to take away Kelsey? The other guys could beat you. So real tough call for me, especially in light of the fact that, with Cam Newton, this line has skyrocketed to 10.5 and 11. Back to you, Brad.
Belichick's going to have to take away their offensive line, the whole unit. If they can keep pressuring him and hit Mahomes, not let him run the ball, maybe they'll have a really good chance to win this game. But like everyone said, he is a master of game plan. Louis Diamond, that brings us to you. Game number 1.
Tough what either of them have said, but you got to just, Belichick 70% as an underdog. 70% against the spread as an underdog. Tough to bet against. Now, if you think about it, you're going to get you can get Patriots as high as 17.5, 18 on a teaser. Belichick getting that many points, come running the ball. He's going to do everything he can to slow the game down. It's not going to be easy over that we would normally see. This is a tough call. He says it's, Patriots, but I don't want to go against Mahomes. I really don't. I mean, if they bring their A game, Patriots, they're going to get spanked. But I don't know. It's a tough call here today. So I would think I'm going to just try to grab some points on that teaser and probably work the teaser both ways on both sides. Because, I'm pretty sure Kansas City will win the game.
It's a lot of points, 10.5 against a Bill Belichick coach team. That moves us to game number 2, Monday Night Football game number 2. The Falcons at the Packers. This opened up -5 Green Bay, 57.5 over under. Now it is at 6.5 Green Bay. That's -6.5 and 56.5 over under. So we've seen a little bit of change here. Ross, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to lean toward the under here, and I know a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy for this pick, but if you look at the injury list, both wide receiver units on both teams are pretty banged up, guys. And in addition to, I mentioned the 8 games of 50 or greater yesterday as far as the total goes. 7 of those took place yesterday. 1 will take place tonight with the Atlanta-Green Bay game. And you know what? If you look at the games that took place yesterday, around 3 of those fell right around the number where you either lost by going over that number or you ended up with a push. So I'm going to take a shot in the dark here. And I know it's a high calculated risk, but I'm going to say under 56.5 here, Brad.
All right. I like that call. Now I have a little crystal ball in my hand, and that crystal ball is saying, Tony, you are definitely taking the over, aren't you? You're looking for points here. Just a crystal ball thought.
Well, your crystal ball would be cracked since I don't bet totals. In this game tonight, I'm actually going to go flip reverse. I'm going to take the Falcons here tonight. There's no way this spread should be under a touchdown. Atlanta, the one thing I will say is their offense has moved the ball and scored, but they've completely blown the last 2 games. 20-point, leads just evaporating into a pile of dust. My line value shows complete opposite, so I'm flipping this. There's no reason this line should be where it is. I smell a rat. I'm taking the Falcons. Almost literally the same thing I'm doing with the other game. That's why I'm taking Kansas City. Who the hell gives the Patriots double digits? So I just think it's one of those nights where I'm not going to try to avoid the sand pits, and I'm going to try to find the winners. I like the Chiefs, and I like the Falcons tonight.
Who does Louis Bag of Diamonds like tonight?
They're both kind of bucking the trend, plugging their nose with those bets. And I see why, you got to, plug your nose and make a bet when the Falcons, when they cross some key numbers. I think this number came out a lot lower. I'm not sure what the number came up. I think it was like 3 and crossed all the way over the 7 to 7.5 on Green Bay. Now it's actually back. There's some 6.5 out there. I'm not going to plug my nose here today. I think you gotta roll with Green Bay on a teaser, without a doubt. I can't see them losing the game. The only thing that really worries me about Atlanta is this is usually where they kind of turn it up, and all of a sudden, it just really does look obvious that Green Bay should blow this team out the way this team has been playing with their defense, and Rodgers should have no problems putting the points on the board. So. And I can't buck these over trends right now. I know the numbers are going up, but they're still scoring. I'm pretty sure the high numbers are here to stay, and you're going to have to work with these high numbers. I think you got to still roll with this over. I think you got to be on Green Bay and over in a teaser here tonight. It looks solid to me, and a lot more solid than the Kansas City game, just because you got Green Bay at home. With Rodgers, who's been actually looking pretty good. I don't see Atlanta's defense stuffing him tonight. But logic kind of does, and numbers and statistics kind of do tell you to play Atlanta here. So, but I'm going to drop it down to a teaser. I am rolling with Green Bay and over on a teaser tonight. And they're coming.
Yikes.
Somebody like
so
that,
Major League Baseball and NBA Finals are coming up next. You're watching Bettor Center live on LouisDiamond.com. Also, YouTube at Louis Diamond. I'm Brad. We'll see you in just a few seconds. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll go to game number 3. And that's probably a really good idea. We're going to go to Major League Baseball. We have the Yankees at Tampa Bay. This opened up Yankees minus 120, 8 over under. Currently, we're minus 146 Yankees with the 7 over under. Cole and Snell on the mound. Ooh, I know Rosario is really itching to get in on this game.
Rosario. Whoa, where'd you get that?
Woo!
I should not have disclosed that information to you.
What's great name?
I should have known better. Anyway, yeah, that's my real first name, guys. So anyway.
Irish
Nice
Irish boy.
Yeah.
Just don't call me Albert.
Yeah. Look, Garrett Cole since 2018 has made 8 postseason starts and has a brilliant 2.22 ERA in those outings. He's coming off 4 terrific starts where I think he gave up 2 earned runs in like 27 innings pitched. And then you also have a pitcher in excellent form in Blake Snell, who's also has an ERA of under 2 over his last 4 starts. Tampa Bay's bullpen has been solid all season. The Yankees' bullpen's been a little shaky, but when you got a guy like Cole on the mound, he's going to be able to cover that up because he's going to get you into the late innings, and you can use your back end of the bullpen like Aroldis Chapman and Chad Green and also Zach Britton, who's been real good. So I like the under here, going under 7. I also have a small lean on the Yankees, and the only reason why I'm not going to use it as a pace selection is because it's hovering near that 150 mark that I don't like to touch. So back to you, Brad.
Thank you, Ross. See, I went there. Good old English name, Ross. That was game number 3, but that was game number 1 of the divisional round of the American League playoffs. Louis Diamond, what are your thoughts on this game?
I agree with Ross that the under seems to be the lean here when you got these 2 beasts on the mound. I think the number 7 just worries me a little bit. You have Snell has been an over pitcher all year, but 3 straight unders. Now, Cole, who kind of 50-50, but now 3 straight overs. So I'm just a little worried, and I feel worried about the number. Cole has right now 4 straight wins, but against Tampa Bay, 2 straight losses. Before that, 4 straight wins. So, a lot of mixed signals on this game. It's tough to really make a commitment, to be honest with you. But if anything, I would say there's value in the underdog. When you have everything lining up at a coin flip, I'm just going to roll with an underdog on something like this, and just a can of beer type of thing. It's a playoff game. Back to you,
Tony.
Well,
Tony.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Go.
Just want to start off by letting everybody know none of these games are home games. These are being played at neutral site. This series is being played at Petco Park in San Diego. The other series today, Houston's going to be played in L.A. How do I keep getting the background noises, man? This is funny. It's like I'm a magnet to this shit. The Yankees.
That's because you can't hit a fastball. They want to throw curves at you. They know you are a fastball hitter.
In this series here, I'm going to be the first to admit I thought the Yankees would be gone at this point. So right away they beat my expectations, and typically when that happens, I'm trying to be quick to adjust to the flow. The Yankees had a lot of issues with their lineups, a lot of injuries early in the year. I noted that Tampa had their way with the Yankees earlier in the year. However, like I said, the Yankees lineup is back. They're hitting the ball. They're actually scoring runs. Garrett Cole, great pitcher. I'll note that Snell, great pitcher also, but a little different kind of pitcher. Both these guys get strikeouts, but in a little different way. Both guys average over a strikeout an inning. So, getting runners on base and the home runs probably going to be the difference here. Snell faced the Yankees in August, gave up 3 runs in 5 innings, an okay effort, but nothing spectacular. And I don't think the lineup that day, I was trying to look real quick, I don't think the lineup that day was all that great. I'm going to play the momentum in terms of the Yankees exceeding my expectations with their absolute best pitcher on the mound. This is what I didn't do in Game 1 against Cleveland, and I paid the price for the loss. I'm going to try to take that and learn today. I want to take the Yankees here in Game 1.
Thanks, Tony. How about a change-up? We're going to throw a change-up on you here on Bettor Center Live on LouisDiamond.com, also YouTube at Louis Diamond. We're going to go to the other Tony Cusimano. He's in the Windy City with his windbreaker. What is he doing? Where is he going? We'll find out next, plus maybe a little NBA playoffs and most interesting play of the day. That is Bettor Center Live. Cusimano. Looks like you're at Soldier Field, Soldier.
I am, Brad. I am in downtown Chicago. Cleveland is known as the old saying, the mistake on the lake is Cleveland. But I'll tell you, Chicago might be not far behind. Cubs blow it last week on Friday. The White Sox are out. Here we are, Soldier Field. And Louis Bag of Diamonds, Tony. We were all right about Indy. The Bears, they were what we thought they were. They're phonies. They're not a 3-0 team. They beat the Giants. Big deal. They had they could hardly beat the Giants. They beat a weak Detroit Lions team. They beat the Atlanta Falcons. Whoop-de-doo. Here we are at Soldier Field the day after, and now the Bears are 3-1. And guess what? It just gets even tougher than ever now as Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town this Thursday. 2 3-1 teams. I'm already liking Brady and the Buccaneers. I'm not impressed with the Bears at all, especially what they showed us yesterday on their home turf. Nick Foles, 1 pick and 1 TD pass. It came late, obviously. And it only gets tougher for them. I mean, after Tampa Bay, then they've got 2 road games. They go to North Carolina to play the Panthers. Then they go to the West Coast to play the Rams. Then they come home to face another tough team. And help me with the schedule, guys, but I do know that the week after they come home, they do go on the road again to play the Tennessee Titans. So after Tampa Bay, 3 of their next 4 are on the road. I see a 3-5 Bears team. Honestly, I'm not impressed with the Bears, as you very well know in my preseason prediction, Brad. I have the Brad under 8. I'm holding the ticket in my back pocket. Bears under 8. They're the same old Bears, the monsters of the Midway hot. And, I don't know, should I salute Coach Hallis behind me here in the background? I mean, what do you guys think here? Give me your thoughts.
The game opened up at 3. The game opened up at 3, got steamed to 6. Now I can't even find a line on it.
So who's out of the lineup then is what we have to find out. Well, here, just so you know that the schedule gets here.
Everybody knee-jerked on what happened with the Bears. And, Brady looked pretty damn good yesterday, so everybody's on the Brady bandwagon again. So, it got the steam. So that's why sometimes you got to make these plays on Sundays. These games
Tony,
seem early.
Hey, Tony, my paisan buddy.
Yes, sir.
Take that ticket out of your back pocket and show us. You got it in your back pocket, right? Show us the ticket.
I'll tell you where it is.
See what I'm saying? I like the Bears over 8, buddy. So
here's
we're going to see how that
Here's
pans
the
out.
wallet.
Look,
it's in this wallet.
Wallet's good. That wallet's good. You got a lot of IDs in there. I know that. It ain't all cash.
Here, Tampa.
All the best,
real
my
quick,
paisan,
guys.
brother. All the best.
Real quick. Tampa Bay this Thursday. All right. At Carolina, at the Rams. New Orleans comes to town. That's who I missed. And then they got to play a very tough Saints team at home. Then they go back on the road to Minnesota. So those are their next 4 matchups after Tampa Bay. It doesn't get any easier. And then they play at home, division rival Minnesota, and then on the road at Green Bay. So in reality, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 of the next 6 weeks are on the road, folks, after Tampa Bay. And they got a short R&R here. We know that. So short R&R for the Bears. They've got to rest up and, I guess patch up whatever injuries or little pains and
and they played at home.
Sunday.
Tony, keep in mind, the Bears played at home. Tampa Bay's got to travel on a short week. I'm not saying I like Tampa Bay, but it's not all that easy, And if games are played on
2.5 up to 5.5 and even 6.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know, Lewis. I like Tom Brady and company to march in here and take care of business.
Thank you, Tony C.
We don't even know. We don't know who the quarterback's going to be. Is it going to be Trubinsky? Is it going to be Foyles? I mean, Foyles didn't show us anything yesterday.
Foles will probably be the starter.
Yeah, Foles will probably be the starter. Well, thank you, Tony C.
All right. Well, Brad, I salute you guys and get well, Mr. President and First Lady. Take care, everybody. Get well, Mr. President. Take it away.
Thank you, Tony C. We move to game number 4, guys. It's the second Major League Baseball divisional round playoffs, and it is Houston with McCullers on the mound, and Oakland has Bassett. This game opened up minus 110 Oakland. Now it's currently minus 136. 8 was the over-under, still is. We are going to start with Ross. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's hard to go against Bassett at home. I mean, 6-1 with and his team starts at home this year.
Dodger Stadium.
Dodger Stadium.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. It's at a neutral site. Thank you for correcting me on that. Anyway, he's been in excellent form over his last 3. McCullers been in excellent form over the last 3. The difference is an even pitching matchup as it stands, albeit I think that Bassett is the more consistent pitcher of the 2. And I also like Oakland's bullpen a heck of a lot more than I like Houston's bullpen. And at this price, I think it's awful inviting to take the A's, and that's what I'm going to do. Back to you, Brad.
Wow, thank you, Rosario. All right, we move to the bag of diamonds. Are there any diamonds in this game number 4? Their game number 1.
I mean, Oakland's the only logical way to bet this game. You miss the steam if you haven't gotten them at $1.10. Now they're up to $1.36, $1.35. You're way behind the 8 ball, so I'm not seeing any value in betting them at this stage of the game. And McCullers, he's done terrible on the road, no matter. So he is, and he's hasn't done well. So Oakland's got to be the only way to play the game, but I think you're behind the move on it. Best I can tell you. Back to you, Brad.
Thank you. Tony G, what do you have?
Very similar to the other series we discussed. Houston, I did not have them here. I did not expect them to beat the Twins. I was encouraged, if you're a Houston guy, that they were actually able to hit the baseball without the use of garbage cans in the dugout. So it does show that they can. But that was a very low-scoring series. I'm going to play the momentum. I like the price. Bassett was a little better pitcher, in terms of what I watched. But McCullers is a sneaky pitcher. Okay, he can get some outs. I'm going to take the underdog here in game one. I'm going to give the teams credit that that in my mind should not even be in the playoffs. And I want to add one thing. Lou, you need to get Mr. Cusimano an expense account. One, his manicure looked awful. Those nails look ragged. And I think we all should pitch in collectively. We should all pitch in collectively and get this man a damn wallet. That thing looked like something was salvaged off the Titanic, man.
I know one thing. Hey, Tony, you know what? I know one thing. I'm going to put them sunglasses in the Handicappers Hall of Fame because those things are man, oh man.
Really,
Louis,
Tony G?
Take care of this guy, will you, Louis? Reach in your damn pocket and take care of this guy.
Tony G, you're really going to take a shot at Cusimano? I was just going to throw you a fastball and let you go with the most interesting play. Now I'm going to have to say, I saw smoke behind you. It looked like you were on fire or something. Do I need to call the fire people over there? Fire rescue?
That's how my plays. That's how my plays were in the NFL yesterday, dude. On fire. What you see are the embers still burning. All right.
No. Here's the difference. Difference is Ross is on fire. You're just smoking. But let's take that smoke and we're going to move to the most interesting play of the day. Tony, go ahead. Fastball all the way for you.
All right. Well, a limited choice of what to pick here, but I'm going to take Houston as the underdog in their series game one against Oakland. That's the play I like with the juice. I think it's a good spot. Houston, I just got a feeling now that since these teams were able to get to those short series, I think the experience of being in this spot is going to be beneficial to both the Yankees and Houston moving forward. So for me, the most interesting play is going to be Houston on a neutral field. How about that for playoff baseball? We're actually going to be watching baseball games played on neutral fields from here to the World Series. So that's for me the most interesting play, the Houston Astros.
Ross, most interesting play is who?
The New York Yankees. I said that I don't like approaching the 150 number. I'm seeing them anywhere from 138 to minus 150 in this game. Here's what I would suggest, folks. If you usually play to win 100, hypothetical number we're using here, I would risk 100. Lessen the risk, and you're going to get a lesser reward, but that's the logical play for me. The only reason I say that, Brad, in what looks like to be a very even matchup, pitching-wise, I just think you have to give the edge to Garrett Cole because of his postseason experience. Snell has only made one postseason start in his career. The rest have been relief appearances, and Cole's a proven winner. And this is, these are the kind of games. If the Yankees want to win this series, they can't lose. It's a 5-game series. They can't lose with Garrett Cole on the mound. So for that reason, I'd say lessen your risk and lessen your reward on the New York Yankees tonight. And the best line you could find right now is minus 138. Back to you, Brad.
Thank you, Ross. Now this is going to be interesting. Louis Bag of Diamonds, your most interesting play is?
Let's get with some teasers. Let's open up a teaser here today. Tie it into Thursday night, and I got to roll with the Falcons and the Packers over tonight. Let's tease that down, and let's tease the Packers, as I told you a little bit earlier. If you want, you can tease in the Patriots at plus 17. Just a lot of points for Belichick. So you're not going to get that too often, except back when he started with Cleveland. But now let's open it up on a Thursday night game. I do believe that Tampa Bay will get the win over the Bears. So let's tease them down. So you've already kind of missed the move, but since you've missed the move, use the teaser. So that will be my most interesting play of the day.
Louis, can I tease the audience? Because we're going to be back 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, which is Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Then we go to 7 a.m. during the weekend. So that is my tease. We'll see you next time at Bettor Center Live for great information and wonderful picks from our team, Louis, Chip, Dell, who's not here, Ross, and Tony Cusimano. And, of course, special thanks to Eugene, our director and producer, Spotlight Film Productions. We love you. If you don't play, you don't win. Have a great day. Bettor Center Live, LouisDiamond.com. Also, YouTube at Louis Diamond. I'm Brad. Have a beautiful day. Monday Night Football. 2 games, doubleheader. See you.